Welcome to the hottest happy hour on STL, right here at the In Your City show on the Loot Information Station, brought to you by our gorgeous magazines, City Lifestyle, Chesterfield, Clayton, and St. Charles County magazines. Of course, our October foodie issue is out. It's a taste and a tradition is what it's all about. We invite you to take a peek inside of each one. You can go to citylifestyle.com. You can find them all there from all over the country, or you can just put / Clayton, Chesterfield, or St. Charles and take a look at all the great stories and individuals and amazing businesses that are inside the pages. So we went to see a movie this weekend.
John O'Leary's movie.
Super cool.
Soul on Fire.
Yeah. Yeah, so I want to talk about that, and we've got some great items here. I mean, Mark's going to be here with us, and we've got Matt Sorrell that you talked to today. We're talking about alcohol, but look, I think this was so cool. I don't know what's on the top of it right now, but you brought this home, so I'm going to bring that up. But why don't we go ahead and bring Mark Sutherland with us? He's going to stay here for a while with us. So he's our guest host over here.
We drink. We dram.
We need we could use a cocktail. It's only Monday. For some reason, I feel like I'm ready already. It's like I need it to be Friday. Why do we always we're wishing our life away just because of Monday? I wonder if anybody loves Monday. I mean, I'm glad I'm here. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad it's a Monday and I'm here because I could be somewhere else, right? But what is it with? Is it because of our days of being in school and the weekend was over and we knew Monday we had to go back to school?
Why Mondays are that way? I know. Why can't we just? If you took like a 4-day weekend, then it's like Tuesday.
Then we'd hate Tuesday.
But the great thing about that is your week then is almost all over already, because once it hits Wednesday, you're like, oh, we're halfway through the week.
I know. Whenever you have those vacation
How
days,
take every day off.
Yeah,
I really like that
really
idea.
Well for certain countries.
Has it worked well?
No, not at all. Not at all.
So, Mark Sutherland, before we get into all these topics that I want to talk about,
we're going to talk about so many hats today.
Oh my gosh! Yes. You know, we've got Stone Ledge. I'm not looking at my things for you. Stone Ledge.
Correct. That's
Spirits,
our distillery.
Yes. And then Stowloch Whiskey.
Which is our whiskey.
And then
award-winning whiskey once again.
Award-winning whiskey, which I see the word Asia.
Correct.
Gonna have to find out about that. And then you have your vodka.
We do, inversion.
And we've had them all and love them. We have your Stowloch sitting over there by you in case you needed a swig.
The vodka's gone.
What bottle number? Yeah, the vodka's gone.
This is batch number 3, I believe. Bottle 190. So we're up to batch. I think we've bottled up to batch 15 or 16 so far. But we still have some of the lower batches available.
Batch 1, bottle 100.
Yeah, that one's not getting open. That one's a decor piece, so I don't know what else. I guess we'll be gone and someone will drink it finally when we're gone.
It's going to be a wild and crazy night with Gordon when that one gets open.
Yes, it is.
Come on, Mark, let's do it. Yeah. Let's have a cigar and let's just open it.
Thousands of dollars. No, we're going to drink it.
Yeah, and no, Walter, I'll never forget when we were out that time and Mark.
So much crap over this every time.
Mark ordered water, and the lady's like, excuse me, he finally had to say H2O so that we could get it with that accent.
Water.
I bet when you go home, your accent really picks up, doesn't it?
It takes me a few days for me to start, because I'm an interesting mix, because here I sound British a lot of times. Sometimes, depending on the conversation, people don't pick up on it. But then I go back and I sound American until I'm there for a while.
To them.
Yes. So I'm mid-Atlantic. Let's put it like that.
Do you say television or telly?
TV, telly.
Telly, you do
television.
say. We met recently.
You drop things like that because you go over here, nobody knows what a telly is.
Oh, keep it going. I love telly.
People think it's a telephone.
That's true.
It's like, no.
I heard it on a.
I'm going to call you on the telly.
It's company called Telly Tire over here.
Oh, that's true too. But I like some of the words that y'all use over there.
Y'all.
That's what Americans sound like.
Y'all be good now here.
So have you went to the movies to see Soul on Fire?
I have not, but everybody has been raving.
You must go. It's so good. Of course, we adore him, and we had him on the show to talk about the new movie before, premiered here. The premiere was just gorgeous. We're going to be showing some of those photos in unfortunately, won't be till our December issue because we worked so far ahead, but gosh, what an incredible movie. And to think when people are watching it, in other states or other countries, and, the Arch and the first Bush Stadium and all the things that are in there, and it's just a really good movie. You really realize that, I guess I am glad to see Monday, when you watch a movie and you just think what that 9-year-old boy went through.
Powerful story.
Powerful story. And Jack Buck he's He's just incredible. What's the actor who played him? I just went blank because it's Monday and I'm tired.
William Macy.
Yes, thank you.
He's great.
Oh, he played Jack Buck, and he's incredible in it. And
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I was at the Missouri Tourism Commission meetings, and they were bragging about the movie.
oh yeah, well, you were at our hot list party, so we all missed
It's like
the
a tour of
premiere that
St. Louis
night.
a little bit. The movie is,
Yeah.
because they go up to what's the name of that bowling alley? The one that's only got like 8 lanes upstairs. It's down in the city.
By the
It's
school flew. where
upstairs.
they-
Oh my gosh, I can't think of the name
Yes,
of it.
we are useless for transferring information today,
Absolutely.
Pat.
You know
Yes,
what?
you're
It's that time.
tourism.
That time. Yeah,
Come
good
on,
job.
Mark.
Is it Monday? Is it Tuesday? I don't know what day this is.
But definitely go see it. I really recommend anybody if you. It's a good movie. And then if of course being in St. Louis, you don't have to be in St. Louis to enjoy the movie, but it really is something. And then my daughter's name's in the credit, Casey,
I saw that.
for doing the
doing the hair.
Yeah, doing the
Yeah.
hair. My friend Lisa who did the makeup, and that was fun seeing
You know
that.
what's so incredible about that movie, I think? I mean, John's story is incredible, but you know who was this, and John will say this, is his parents.
Oh wow, yeah.
Because you think about getting someone prepared to go to school, prepared for life, who's just gone through a traumatic experience that's going to change his life forever. And not only that, of how he feels. He talks about, I saw a post today where he was talking about, I'll never forget the first time going back to school. I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to be looked at. I was afraid. We pulled up, my heart sunk, as we pulled
Yeah.
up to the school that very first day. But he got all these, applauds, and all these kids were waiting for him. And it was just his outlook, his parents' outlook, his parents, the way they taught him to look at the situation that he was in, that I think was so incredible.
Well, they didn't enable him.
No.
That's what we do so many times in our family and with our children. We enable them and baby them so much and worry about them that we don't allow them to grow and be the human that they want to turn out to be. We want to guide them or push them or make them think they're something that they're not. And when the piano teacher showed up at the door, and he's like, "What are you doing here, Mrs. Was a Whitaker or whatever?"
Yeah.
And she's like, Chuck, we have piano lessons, and he's looking at his hands with no fingers like, what? I'm not going to piano lessons. And,
Sure.
She says, well, you are a family member of this house, and you must know that every family member in this house takes piano lessons. And that's one of the greatest things he did at one of his speaking engagements, got up there on that piano, and played Amazing Grace, and when he's sitting at the dinner table and, he can't hold a fork.
Yeah.
It's like, well, he's going to learn. She said to
They
her,
walk out and left him sitting there.
yeah,
eating.
do you want to hand feed your brother? Do you want him to have to be hand fed the rest of life? And that's what his parents were, positive and incredible people. Yeah, he was very fortunate to have such good parents, but you're going to love it. So, but this thing here, Gordon had went to a new store that opened up in Chesterfield, right? I haven't
Yes.
had the privilege of getting to go there yet, called Love. And they have
Olive oil.
Yeah, and boy, we had their balsamic vinaigrette with their butter olive oil last night on our salad. It was fabulous.
So we have the Golden Passport. The
Yep.
ingredients is 3/8 ounce of coconut balsamic, 3/8 ounce of Alphos mango balsamic.
Hence, they're all in this
1.5
package right
ounce of tequila.
Oh, that's not
1.5
in this
ounce
package.
Triple sec, top off with club soda. No, it's not. But there's 2 balsamic.
And where is this to sample?
I know. I meant to bring
brought
my
a
shaker
card.
glass, and I
You got
did
the
a.
cranberry pear balsamic and
bring
the
the
pineapple
alcohol.
balsamic with the which makes the perfect for a pause drink, the layover.
Yeah, so it's cool because you can buy like the kit. Or when I say the kit, it comes with the flavors in here to make it really, so you're not buying all these great big bottles, knowing what
Yeah,
you
they
want.
made it to
And then
work.
it comes with the recipe card. You got one on that side and one on the other. And then you've got your ingredients. The only thing you have to do is pick up your tequila. And if we had some here, we would be
I
making
was
it
going to
right
try
now.
and make it, but we didn't have the, here, let me see the card. We didn't have the triple sec.
Oh, triple sec?
Yeah.
But it's kind of fun though. And it's amazing. Have you ever had a drink made with olive oil?
I have.
Or balsamic vinaigrette?
There was a winery out in, a little bit out into the country that did it. I think the owners of the winery also had an olive oil.
Yes, we did our show out there live.
And they did-
You
they
came
mixed-
out to see us. You probably maybe.
They mixed some drinks with
Trinity,
the olive
what is
oil.
it?
Triple 3 vineyard.
Triple
That's
three.
right. That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah, they do. They have. That's the first time we had
And
tried
you are
that as
getting
well.
old, Mark. You can't remember
I'm
crap.
telling you, I don't know what's going on, but so we now
Thank
sounds
you.
like we all
Glad
need
to
a
be here.
drink today. So today, of course, we're going to be talking with Mark Sutherland with Stone Ledge Distillery, who's in the house with us right now. Is going to stick around because we're going to be talking about the Small Batch Bourbon and being number one, and talk about a lot of things. But right now, we are going to, should we take it to a break, or are we going to go right in? We're going to meet Matt Sorrell.
We should take it to a break.
All right, we're going to take it to a slight break here, but don't worry, we'll be right back with more of the In Your City show. We're going to come back, we're going to talk to Matt Sorrell. He's a mixologist, and he's a writer, and he's the author of the new Matt St. Louis food story, bars, restaurants, shops, and other purveyors. So pretty cool. Reedy Press is handling this book, so you know it's a great book about St. Louis if they're backing it. So it's from craft whiskey, culinary storytelling. It's all about savoring the spirit of St. Louis. So we'll be back with more right here on the In Your City show, so don't go anywhere. We are back here at the In Your City show, the hottest happy hour in STL, right here at the Lou Information Station. Be sure to put the Lou Information Station app on your phone. Go to Lou Information Station, whether you're an Apple or a Droid, and you're going to type in the information station. KLIS will pop up. Put that in your phone. You can listen to the radio from anywhere in the country. Of course, you can always watch it visually, virtually at thelouinfo.com and at the In Your City show. So I definitely want to let you know about a great company who is very local, supports local, and that's Jennifer Williams with the St. Louis Closet Company. She's fabulous, in business for 35 years, has never missed an appointment, and they do everything on site, everything custom, everything local, whether it's your pantry, your laundry room, you have a mud room, garage, whatever that room is that needs to go from chaos to calm, Jennifer has it for you. And the cool thing is they do everything on site. So if you walk into their building, you look around, you see all the great ideas, you can come up with your own idea. They can help you come up with an idea. You can see them actually working on it right there in the back room. So tremendous work. Very, very local. And the great thing is Closets for a Cause, right? Is that I think her foundation that they have where they raise money and pick charities every single year, someone new that is able to benefit from their Closets for a Cause. And they have the largest toy drive I know in St. Louis, and I'm not sure how much further it goes from there.
Toys for Tots?
Yeah, Toys for Tots. So they'll be starting their campaign very soon, right there in-house where you can drop off. They have kind of a big event that they do there and start dropping off your toys. So thank you, Jennifer. We appreciate it. But now we're going to take you to an individual who has written his own book, and his name is Matt Sorrell. Matt St. Louis Food Story, Bars, Restaurants, Shops, and Other Purveyors. Gordon had a chance to sit down privately and talk with Matt because he's always mixing drinks around this time as a mixologist. So we're going to take you to that interview right now, and we'll be back with Mark Sutherland.
Matt, welcome to the show. It's great to have you.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You know, you've been writing about food and drink in St. Louis for over 20 years. What inspired you to finally turn loose experiences into Matt's St. Louis food story?
About 2013, a chef friend of mine, Clara Moore, and she's not in the area anymore, but she was a local chef. She asked me to help her write a book, and we did, and it's called Shop Like a Chef. Then for the 10th anniversary of that book, I kind of started shopping around to see if anybody wanted to maybe do, the second version, second edition, and didn't really get any interest. But I talked to the folks at Reedy Press, and they were interested in working with me, on a future project. And about a year later, they recontacted me and said, "Hey, you still interested?" And they gave me the opportunity to kind of do my own thing, which is great.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, you work behind the bar too at places like Planter's House. How does being a mixologist influence the way you write about food and drink?
Well, I like to think it gives me kind of like more of a realistic approach. Sometimes when you read writing about food and drink and restaurants and whatnot, they make it sort of like this elevated mythical experience and whatnot. And I kind of look at it from the other side of the fence and like, here's really what goes into that mythical experience, And so I have a real appreciation for it, but then I also kind of know what goes into it. I think that helps.
We always want to know, like, where do we go eat? Where can we get a great drink? Where can we? Sure. You kind of put all of this together, all your favorite spots. How did you choose who made the cut for this book?
It was tough. I was really trying to go for concentrating on different areas of the city, different neighborhoods, and county. And so I really kind of went into each one. Like I was trying to weight each area sort of evenly. So like there are some areas where I'm like, man, I could write an entire book about this neighborhood. So I really had to kind of back off. And most of them are places that I particularly like just personally, or places and places I've worked. But there's a lot that didn't make the cut that, could easily have, but, just didn't have the room. So I kind of wanted to just give some entry points into like, South Grand or Cherokee Street or Chesterfield, and then let people kind of get into those neighborhoods and then start exploring on their own. So maybe if we get enough sales, we'll get a volume 2 and then everybody can be in there.
I was going to say, were you worried that you might offend some people for not being in the book? Somebody
I wasn't really worried about it. I mean, I was pretty clear, like in the foreword, that like, hey, this is not a greatest hits album. This is not Matt's top 10 only places that you need to go in St. Louis. Anything like that. Have had a few people that have kind of been like, hey, how come we didn't make it? And I just tell them it's like, not everybody can make it, and if your place isn't in there, does not mean I don't love it and that it's not worthy. But it's a book. Have X number of pages, right?
Right. In St. Louis, we have so many great hidden gems. Was there a place that you found during this project that surprised you, even as a longtime St. Louisan?
Oh, I mean, definitely. Every time I go out, I find something new. I mean, it's just, it's the gift that keeps on giving, right? The culinary scene in St. Louis, I think. There are a few places that I found out through friends of mine, and one of them is called Taste of Bosnia, which is in sort of like South County area. I think it's technically Afton, if I remember right. But Lauren from Balkan Treat Box recommended it to me, and I checked it out, and it was just fantastic. But it's in this little sort of a nondescript area. Nothing, no big signs, no, eat here or anything, but just fantastic Bosnian food. I really loved it. There's also another on the Bosnian side of things. There's a Bosnian bakery slash restaurant called Zlatno Zito, which is in the Bevo area. And again, little, kind of hole in the wall, nondescript place. Some of the best bread around. Just great.
Oh man, I'm a bread fanatic.
You love this place.
Oh, if you have great bread, that's going to make my day. For someone who thinks St. Louis, we have all these great restaurants, especially on the Hill and places like that. But St. Louis is known for pizza, toasted ravioli, gooey butter cake. How would you set others straight that St. Louis is much more than just that?
Well, I would just direct them to the fact that, we have so many great immigrant communities here, and that, those communities are really best explored by their restaurants. And, not taking anything away from some of our favorites. I mean, like I love gooey butter. It's like one of my all-time favorites.
Me too.
But there is more to that, and it doesn't take much digging to get into it. But I think sometimes, especially in the press and whatnot, they concentrate on these favorite, these marquee, items, and they don't dig enough into like what else is out there. So that's one thing I hope this book does, is gives people sort of an into like, hey, here's some other stuff that maybe we didn't really know was happening, and kind of as an entry point to get in there and explore.
Yeah, well, here's the book. Great cover. I love the cover.
Yeah, they did a great job.
So as we look in this book, what are we going to find in this book? I mean, we see Venice Cafe, and we're seeing Gioli's. They just put a new one of these out in Darting Prairie. Darting Prairie area. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, those two are good examples. Like, a couple of great old favorites that maybe you haven't been to in a while, you're kind of, forgot about, that you could, get back into. Parker's Table, one of my favorite little boutique bottle shop slash grocery slash restaurant. John Parker's got everything over there. And then World Market, that's actually a fantastic, another hidden gem as we were talking about earlier. It's on South Grand, but it's a little further south on South Grand than like the main drag that we're kind of all used to. It's got a restaurant next, kind of adjacent to it. They're, incorporated into it, and you can go there and just get some really good grab and go from that restaurant. Mostly Vietnamese food, but like they have a great banh mi sandwich. So yeah, fantastic.
Of course, clementines. It wouldn't be complete without clementines in there, right? We got to have some desserts and some great places like that. Tamara's been on our show and in our magazine many times, and it's just amazing ice cream.
Yeah, and Tamara is such an interesting person because she had like this corporate job and then just kind of just refocused and became so super successful with clementines and super successful, multiple locations, but great quality all across the board, which is tough to do.
October is full of fun food holidays. If you only had one to celebrate, would it be pizza day, dessert day, or chocolate day, or what would you pick?
Of those three, yeah. And I was looking at a list the other day because they had sent me some of the upcoming food holidays, and I would have to say probably pizza day. Now.
Yeah, you can never go wrong with pizza. Me and Kelley love pizza. I think we eat pizza more than any other type of food that's out there. It's just a go-to staple when you're like hungry and it's fast and you're just like, where should we go? And it's really important if it's cooked right. You can get a pizza and you can be going to that same place all the time. Then all of a sudden you get one from them and it's like, okay, this ain't right. This ain't the way you guys always do it.
Yeah.
So
I will say that I am an unapologetic fan of St. Louis pizza. I love Provel. I love thin crust. I love all pizzas, but I always go back to St. Louis. And I know that's for some people that's a little off-putting because they don't consider it real pizza and whatever, but no, I'll take it. And I tell you what, another really great pizza is Dogtown pizza. If you want like a frozen pizza to put in the
oh yeah, I've had those. Those are really good. Oh my gosh.
They're always like top notch. And of course, big shout out to Katie Lee over at Katie's Pizza because she does fantastic stuff and she's really been expanding her frozen pizza business.
I was going to ask you that, with women in small business and it's Women's Small Business Month, which women-owned food business in St. Louis do you feel is a must visit? I'm going to guess it was maybe Katie's Pizza, but if there's another one, let me know.
No, Katie for sure. Another one of my favorite is Lona's Little Eats over in Fox Park. Lona is her name is Lona Powers, and she is the owner and chef and general everything behind that. And she's just getting ready to open up a new spot finally in after about 10 years in Kirkwood, I believe.
Well, let's look at some of your dates. You got some book signings coming up for your new book, and let's talk about them real quick. Friday, October 10th was already done, but you have the 17th coming up, and that's at Pierce Creek.
Yeah, so that one actually I think is going to be, they have it down as 10 to 12. I believe it's actually going to be later in the afternoon, actually on that day, but definitely going to be there. I'm going to be at Vom Foss on Sunday, the 19th, I believe it is. And then also on the 18th, Saturday the 18th, I'm going to be at Intoxicology in the Grove from noon to 2 doing some signings.
Oh, perfect. If you could have one St. Louis meal, starter, main drink, and dessert, what would your perfect night out look like? What would your perfect meal plan be for that? We're talking starter, your main course, your drink, and your dessert. What is that going to look like?
Wow. Well, if I'm going to do drinks, in my heart always, I currently work at Bistro La Florissant in Clayton, and as for starters, I would probably do. Oh man, we have a duck terrine there right now that's like really, really good. So I'd probably do that for my my starter. Main, you know what? I am a big burger fan, so I would probably have to do a smash burger, and I would probably I don't know. Max Local Eats has a pretty good burger. I would probably think about them for that. And then dessert wise, we talked about clementines. I think that's a pretty good bet. I think I would probably hit up clementines, and yeah, I think that would probably fill me up.
All right, you kind of cut out on the drink, so give me the drink again. I got everything else but the drink.
Yeah, so drink wise, I actually don't drink anymore, but I do love a good mocktail, and I would say probably Planter's House because, like I said, I've worked at Planter's House several on many occasions over the years. Helped them open that up, and it's just got a big place in my heart over there. And plus, it's just a gorgeous space, and yeah, and during the patio season, best patio around, one of them anyway.
Well, with this new book coming out, that came out, what do you hope that readers will take away after flipping through the pages of the St. Louis food story?
Well, sort of my watchword for this whole sort of book campaign that we've been doing is curiosity and getting people to be curious. I just feel that myself included, I include myself in this number. Too many of us are too stuck in our little ruts. We have our 2 or 3 favorite places. We've got our, the neighborhoods we live in, and we don't get outside of it just enough. So I'm hoping this, whether it's an old favorite, it's something you've never heard of before. So hopefully you'll find something to kind of get you into a new area and do some exploring. And I always tell people food's the easiest way to explore. There's no risk to it. You just go, you eat, you drink. If you don't like it, you don't order it again.
Well, Matt, thank you so much for your time today. If someone wants to get the book, where can they find it and where can they order it from?
Well, you can go, if you do it online, reedypress.com. It has them online right now. I believe Amazon does as well. And then I'd really encourage people to go out and hit those local bookstores, Novel Neighbor, Left Bank Books, Barnes & Noble, Dunaway Books, all have them. They're also in a lot of the Schnucks locations, and a lot of places in the book itself are carrying copies too.
Thank you so much, Matt. Matt Sorrell, author of Matt's St. Louis Food Story. Like you said, go pick it up. Go to these book signings. Go have him autograph a copy for you. And I'm sure it's going to be a great read for everybody that they're going to get to bring home and start finding some new places in St. Louis and get out of the rut of going to the same old places.
Right on. Yep.
Well, thank you, brother. Appreciate your time today. Have a fantastic day. And we
thanks,
will see
Gordon.
you soon. Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
That was a great interview, Gordon.
I know, it's so great. All the different places, we always talk about, we have so many hidden gems in St. Louis that we don't know about.
Yeah.
And this book kind of just tells us about where they are, and whether it's food, whether it's a drink, or just a
You better be sending an autographed copy that goes right here in our pile of books that everybody brings us when they come on the show. We would appreciate that, Matt. I guess I'll need to call him. All right, well, we are back, and we're going to go back and talk some more with Mark. Mark Sutherland is here. And again, if you're just tuning in, Mark Sutherland is one of the owners of Stone Ledge Distillery and Spirits, also the owner, one of the owners of the Stowloch Whiskey and the Inversion Vodka.
Signed,
of course, yes.
Yep, for the
and
book
then,
pile.
and then, of course, that's always on our shelf right there. So you can see we've dug into it a few times with some people. And then, of course, you've got your place over there in Defiance, where you're serving all of your incredible
Celebrate Missouri one drink at a time.
Celebrating Missouri one drink at a time. I like that. How many drinks do we have to celebrate?
How many people really celebrate?
Yeah.
We've got some celebrators, let me tell you that. It was a fun weekend this past weekend. We're in the midst of Oktoberfest. So,
oh my gosh.
So this upcoming weekend is the 3rd weekend of Oktoberfest.
So what can we expect if we come out?
Lots of German cocktails, German beer. We've got a bunch of Billy Bush's stuff, including his new Munich Dunkel.
I love it.
So he's a great partner for us. He owns a
Wonderful.
brewery in Defiance as well. So we do a lot of stuff with them. They carry our spirits there. In addition,
Did you get to say hi to him when you were out at the Billy Bush farm at the event?
Did I say hi that night? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
He
had to think
bought us
about that.
drinks. Yeah. He's usually like that. It's
such a
He
nice
is so
man.
approachable, incredibly nice, really great family.
We can't talk about him enough.
No, highly respect him.
Mm-hmm.
So, no. But yeah, so musical weekend. So this coming Sunday, we've got the uber cool German party band, which is apparently is German music like you've never seen before. This Friday
check
night, we've
that
got
out.
the Defiance After Dark DJ party.
Okay.
So that'll be when it gets
like a
dark.
Hugh
with
Hefner after
all the
dark type of
lights
thing.
and everything. Yes, quite. Saturday we've got the Bright Side and Adam Feather playing during the day and in the evening, and then lots of drinks.
So tell me, what is a German cocktail?
So
I know
it
German
depends.
beers, but
One of them's Schwimmdad, which is actually Schwimmdad,
okay.
which actually translates swimming pool, and it's a drink they make in Germany. Then there's it's a Manhattan German style using some German liqueur. So we've got various. It uses brandy in part of it. So we've got various drinks that are German influence. We did research. I'm like, I need German
we did
drinks.
research.
I need German drinks for Oktoberfest, and then we made them all and made sure they were quality.
That's so great. I
It's
don't think I've
fantastic.
ever went into some place that said they have German cocktails. Beers, but never thought about the cocktails.
They've
That's
got
cool.
I can never remember how to say it. Basically, it means submarine. It's a beer with a shot of vodka.
Okay.
And so you drop it. Unterseeboot, I think. It's basically submarine.
Kind of like the beer that you drop or is it the what is it? You drop the very dark beer into?
Yes. Well, there's a term for it in America that we don't use over in Europe and the United Kingdom. It's called an Irish car bomb.
Oh, okay, yes, that's it.
That's right.
That's probably
And
not
I've
a
heard
good
stories of
idea.
Americans trying to order those in Ireland,
And they get
not a good
Probably
conversation.
not a good look that they get it from across
But
the
then
bar.
they introduced it, and actually they named it after one of my friends for that night. It was up on the board. Yeah, so.
Who gets to book all those bands at your place?
I do that. I get
Oh
to
my
check them
gosh.
out. I work with a few bookers to.
Now, I know how
get
much
some
you
good
love
quality.
music. Is that fun for you?
It is actually, and we love music. We're having more fun with the cover bands and the local original bands than going out and seeing the big bands.
Really?
It's just more relatable. People are more enjoying the music, and
I guess because you know the music, it takes you back to your
Correct.
past. It's
Correct.
nostalgic when
And
you're
it's
hearing
not
the
as
cover
crowded.
bands.
I mean, we get full, but it's not as crowded. Like my wife and I were just up at Riot Fest in Chicago.
What was Riot Fest?
Riot Fest was
That's also a bad name as well.
yeah. I mean, so it was all punk bands and such.
Especially Chicago.
And it was in Chicago, and it was the most crowded festival I've ever been to in my
Really?
life. Do not recommend it at all.
Yeah. I'm not big
Come
on
to our
crowds.
place.
Not big
Come
on
to
big
Defiance.
crowds anymore.
You find as you get older, you're not into the crowds
Yes.
as much.
Oh, very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're like, oh my gosh, we're becoming those old people. Like when the kids do the fireworks too late at night, we complain. We're those people now. I didn't
right,
think I'd
that's
get
right.
there, but I'm there.
I'm sorry. Next time we'll move a little further away from your house.
Exactly. What?
I was just laughing at Kelley because we had some kids come home late at night one time from partying just a little bit too much. Actually, they were coming in the morning. It was the morning.
Wait a minute now. I don't know if that's a good story for you to tell. I'm not sure you should air that laundry on the radio.
Yeah. Anyway, kids were breaking bottles in front of our house.
Lovely.
Nobody likes kids like that.
No.
I mean, they made me not like teenagers anymore. I mean, they're just
Kelley's like, "Where's your mother?"
Yeah, first of all, I probably would imagine these kids were not 21. First of all, that big mistake right there, which I know we all drank before we were 21 if we drank, probably.
What?
Yeah. But I mean, they were inebriated. I mean, they were beyond, thank goodness they did make it to where they did get. But yeah, anyway, they didn't want the bottles in their car anymore,
Right.
so they threw them out the window in the street in front of my house.
Well, they're getting rid of the evidence.
They did.
Now, at our place, we do ID.
Good. We found
You do
it.
have to prove your age when you come into Stone Ledge Distillery.
Needless to say, I'm sure those kids don't like me, and I'm surprised that our house hasn't been egged or something since that moment. Then again, they're probably absolutely
Afraid.
terrified
Oh
of
my
me.
gosh.
Have you ever watched King of Queens and you met what's Kevin James' wife's name on the show?
Leah Lemmy. that
Anyway,
plays-
you've seen her.
Yeah.
I probably made her look like an angel. I was pretty mad. So, but good story to bring up, Gordon. So back to you, Mark. So
Kelley was like Clint Eastwood. Get off my lawn.
You know that doesn't take a lot of imagination.
I literally gave them my broom and said, clean it up. And they looked at me like they cleaned it up. Drunk as a skunk, probably wanted to throw up. I'm sure they were so inebriated. And of course, the mother came out that was the house three doors down.
I'm like in the house.
Mortified.
What is going on?
Like, take your kids and the people that drove up with them and all the glass they've got everywhere and get rid of them now before I do. Someone's going to end up in my trunk. It's going to go mafia on you. But anyway, so you got
Probably the most interesting radio show I've ever been on, Brandon.
Yeah. So let's talk about Stowloch Whiskey. Let's talk about, is there anything new on the horizon for you guys?
So, I mean, we just won #1 small batch bourbon in Asia, which was fantastic.
How does that happen?
Yeah. How does
Complete
that happen?
chance. So we have an organization we work with, national organization, that helps us evaluate other markets around the world. So one of my guys was at a trade show in Singapore, and the gentleman who runs the Asia International Spirits Competition walked past the booth, tried Stowloch, and was like, would you guys like to enter this into our competition? We're like, well,
Wow.
yes. And it was a blind competition. So all the judges from all around Asia tried a whole bunch of spirits blind and then rated it and then turned all their ratings in. And we ended up with a 95 rating out of 100. Which is
Fantastic.
Very, very good. And we were the #1 small batch bourbon that was in the competition. So we got the gold. Silver was Uncle Nearest, which is a big Tennessee brand. So we beat them out for the competition, which was fantastic. But yeah, it was just didn't plan on it.
That's
But it's great to
amazing.
see those accolades. We've got, our single barrels received gold at the San Francisco International Spirits Competition before. We've got golds from the London Spirits Competition. So it's getting accolades around the world.
Yeah.
And what does that do? So once you get those accolades and those things starting to pile up, how does that benefit you? Do you start to see the distribution really get people
It
start
helps.
asking? And
It helps because you go to another state and they've never heard of you, and they try and it's like, yeah, but are people going to buy it? And so when you have the accolades, if somebody's walking in blind trying it for the first time, they're like, well, that's a 95, or that's a gold medal winner, or that's a double gold or a platinum. It allows them to have some kind of inclination that it's good. It's a cheaper way. The other way to get that kind of access is to get a celebrity involved.
Sure.
And then people buy it because of the celebrity and then keep buying it because it's good.
Yeah.
We don't have a celebrity yet, so we're relying on winning awards.
That works too.
Yeah,
though.
we're working
Someone's
on that.
going to get a hold
but
of that.
it is very cool because, it's completely blind. They don't know us from Adam, and they love what we're doing, what we're producing, and it's
So-
all coming out 100% from Missouri.
So when they graded that, when they tasted that and yours, what was it that made it be the winner? What are the key elements that caused that to
they
happen?
have different categories. So there's going to be flavor, smoothness, texture, smell. They're going to go down this list, and in order to get a 95, you got to do well in all of those categories.
Wow. Now, so for people that have not heard of Stowloch or know about it, Stowloch, the name means
Holy water. So Stow is 7th century Old English for holy place, and Loch is Gaelic for lake. So literally the name means holy water.
How did the inspiration come to begin? I mean, gosh, it seems like I remember.
I know.
I feel like years ago when you were telling us about this, dream that's happening. How all did this come about?
Every good story starts with a drink.
It does, doesn't it? Or a glass of wine with a woman.
You never hear the story. We were sitting around eating salad, and we came up with this great idea.
Making cookies.
No, we were sitting around drinking
I'm
whiskey.
convinced marketing people smoke a lot of pot.
Yeah, we watch some of the commercials.
You see commercials and go, what were they thinking?
That is
Go ahead. But
very,
anyway.
very, no, and if it's an alcohol, they're probably inspired by the alcohol as they're doing the brainstorm. But no, we're sitting around. So one of the guys that was sitting around, we're talking about business ideas. He's our distiller. So he has his own distillery as well, but we contract with him to make ours. And we came up with this crazy idea about why don't we start up another distillery and really lean into the Ozark Highlands. It's a story that has not been told. 1819, U.S. federal government discovered this massive limestone shelf that stretched from mid-Missouri to mid-Arkansas. And that gives you limestone filtered water is the best water to make spirits with. So the bottom half of Missouri has phenomenal water, a climate that's very similar to Kentucky and Tennessee, and we make all the barrels here. Missouri white oak barrels
Right.
is pretty much every American oak barrel. So we have this powerful story that has really not been told. And so we're starting to tell it. So we came up with the idea, was like, let's do a distillery, spent a couple of years figuring it all out. Started working with our distiller who had some older product that we could bring in and launch with. And then we've been aging stuff ever since.
So have you gone on Shark Tank?
I have not.
Because I'm sitting here thinking, you
want
tell me
to.
the story. I can see
for?
one of them going, you know what?
I need.
Yeah,
it.
I should.
There's your celebrity.
I could do it. Yeah.
There's your
I
celebrity
have
to
no
fall in
idea how
love
to
with it.
approach that. So,
Oh, I bet you can just Google
Oh,
that.
come on.
There's-
With the people you know, I'm
I'm
sure you
sure.
could figure
Someone
it
will
out.
get you on there.
yeah, no, I'd go and I would do it.
So you have this. How long has this been in fruition now?
So we launched our first whiskey in December of 22.
Gosh.
And
I
then
know,
crazy.
our second whiskey and our vodka was in 23. And then we opened our tasting room in Defiance just almost a year ago. So November of 24.
Already a year.
Yeah.
I can remember being there.
Black Friday will be our 1 year celebration. And then end of December will be our 3-year celebration.
Everything you dreamed of?
And a lot say I didn't. I mean, like it's a startup.
Do you even
I know.
get to dream anymore
tough
because
to
you
be a
don't get much
business
sleep,
owner.
right?
It's an absolute startup. It is the life of an entrepreneur. It is
Yes.
how am I gonna, you've got your highs and your lows. How am I gonna pay anything at the end of this month? And oh my goodness, we just got
We paid
distribution
everything.
internationally, and I sold all these pallets, and it's a
entrepreneur
bipolar
work.
experience. I'll
Yeah,
tell you
it
that.
really is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like one day I'm the happiest person, and the next day I'm like, what? Really?
Why
How
did I do this?
Yes, all the time.
yeah.
I've quit all the time.
But what makes this worth it is sitting at the tasting room and watching people build community and build relationships and slowing down and spending time. Because ultimately that's what whiskey's about.
Yeah.
Is building
that.
that
Yeah, 'cause
just
you don't
family
guzzle
and
it.
friends
Yep.
and seeing that happen and actually being able to do that in our place in Defiance is fantastic. And then of course the vodka is the party.
So someone who sips on the Stowloch whiskey, what do you think that experience is offering them? What is that taste?
Quality, smoothness. It doesn't hurt. Like good whiskey should not hurt. If you're
It's
drinking whiskey
smooth.
that hurts, stop it.
To me, it's got a
Drink
little
something
bit of
better.
spice to it, which I
It
like.
hurts.
Now, did that come up when you got the number one
Yeah,
award?
heat but no pain, a little bit of spice, just really good flavor. Hint of honey on the flagship as it gets older, because one of our ingredients is heirloom seed honey wheat. So as that ages in the barrel, you get a little bit more honey that comes with it. So you get that caramel with the flagship, starting to get honey. And then, of course, as you get older, you get into the honey flavors.
Somebody forgot to turn off her phone.
I never turn it
But
off
great show,
because
show.
somebody
You've got-
might be texting, but I
It's
meant
usually
to.
our family members who don't listen to our show because they call us during the show.
That's right.
So we've got the whiskey, we've got the vodka, and I think I asked you, but did you mention, is there anything new on
On
the
the horizon?
On the horizon, well, there's rum.
Oh,
There is rum on the horizon. So that's it's a British rum. It actually starts in Jamaica, and then we're gonna. That's the labels are printed. It's getting bottled in the UK, and it's going to be here in a couple of months. So we'll have a whole line of rum
fantastic.
as well.
So what do you think you want to have out? You've got the whiskey, you've got the vodka, you're coming out with the rum. Do you see more and more things flavored, or are you going to stick to the real taste?
So we're playing around with flavors right now on the vodka. We do actually hand infuse cinnamon whiskey. And then on the vodka, we are infusing different flavors. So we have got, just for the tasting room.
We need a different pecan praline whiskey.
We could try it, absolutely.
It's my favorite.
It's basically you sit around like, hey, let's see what this does.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is. So we got at the tasting room, we got vanilla, pineapple, cucumber, watermelon, a whole bunch of different infused. So that's going very well. So you know that's fantastic. And then I'm a huge fan of Missouri, and recently I was appointed to the Missouri Tourism Commission.
Yes.
Which allows me to be even more involved and support Missouri telling its story. And Missouri
Steering people towards Defiance.
Defiance, yes, absolutely. We're part of the story.
Towards the tasting room.
We're part of that story as well, but there is so much more.
Yeah.
So give us
Yeah.
a little, give us the insight of what it is to be part of the tourism. What's going on there?
So basically, there's a commission. So Missouri Tourism is run by the state. There's the commission that's made up of elected officials and appointed officials. So I was appointed by the governor, and basically we provide guidance. We, make sure there's accountability. It's a great team that runs Missouri Tourism, but you just got to have that. Always have to have that check. And help guide wisdom in spending. I've got a 30-plus year background in marketing, so I know the marketing world, to make sure that they are optimizing their relationships with their agencies that they're working with, and really just try and support a very, very small team that is tasked with telling Missouri's story.
And in that, is that bringing outside, when you're talking about tourism, not necessarily for the people who live here to get out and see things, but it's bringing people in from other cities to know what Missouri is all about?
They have certain markets they rate. There's a lot of drive markets, so people who can drive here for a weekend. That's a
Sure.
lot of their target. And they're doing some stuff now with the United Kingdom and Germany. Because of the direct flights that are now coming into St. Louis.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Lufthansa has been doing it for a couple of years, and then British Airways launches their direct to London flight in April.
Right, I think we just talked about that a
Yep,
couple
and then we've got
weeks
the World
ago.
Cup coming in next summer as well. We've got, I think, 6 or 7 matches in Kansas City. So they're really trying to reach those target audiences. Route 66 is insanely popular with international
Yes.
tourists. And again, they could fly into St. Louis, they could drive Route 66, end up in Branson, or end up in Kansas City. But yeah, the commission's there really to support and help the Missouri tourism team.
We know you have your place. Do you have a favorite that you and Amy love to visit, or that's really part of a love of St. Louis that you guys like to visit in your off time when you're not having to work? What do you guys like to do?
We go.
We know you like karaoke.
We do like karaoke. Yeah, I go head up to Brewski's on
It was
on
Harpo's
Wednesday
on one
or
day
Parrots on
in the
Sunday.
years ago.
What'd you
Harpo's
say?
was it?
Oh.
Yeah, Harpo's used to be. I don't know. They Gordon left, and I don't know anybody goes there anymore.
Yes, they
I'm
do.
surprised they're still in business.
They are in business. John's a good buddy and an advertiser, so he's in
They're
business.
great. No.
Yeah, Harbos. So what do you guys
No,
like to do?
we've been there
What's your
before.
St. Louis go-to?
So I mean, a lot of karaoke, concerts. So Adam Sandler's coming up, so we're going to go see him. Go to a lot of local concerts at the Factory.
Adam Sandler, the actor,
Yeah.
is doing a comedy routine?
Yeah, in St. Louis.
I didn't know that.
I
I,
think
didn't
this-
even know
I
that
think
he
this-
did
this
stand up
Friday.
anymore. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, how rich do you have to be? Do you stop having to travel the world?
I know.
I
Kelly
mean-
goes, if I had that much money, nobody'd see me.
Oh my God, no one would. I'd be on my own private island is where
Yes.
I would be
Well, I'm sure
right
he is a
now.
lot.
Oh my, yeah, I guess maybe. He's just such a down-to-earth
Oh
person,
my gosh,
isn't he?
he is.
Yeah.
Now, where's he going to be at?
He's going to be at Enterprise Center.
Oh,
If
so
that's
he's,
what it's
wow.
called today,
He's
I
at the
think it's
big
called
place.
Enterprise,
Yeah.
right? Keeps everything changes name.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
whoever wants to
old, I
put
can't
their
remember.
whoever wants to put their name on it, right?
Yes.
So again, to remind everybody about the Oktoberfest that's going on in Defiance.
Yeah, so all this month it's German flavors everywhere. So we've got a whole bunch of venues. So we've got Billy Bush and his place. We've got Circle 6 Watering Hole. We've got Defiance Ridge, Chandler Hill, Sugar Creek, Judgment Tree, Good News Brewing. And we're all just kind of coming together. There's a new place opening up in Defiance called Saddles.
I
which is
did. I
a
read
social
about that
house.
yesterday. That looks great.
Where's
Yes.
that located at?
That is directly across from us. The old Yellow Farmhouse
Okay.
Winery is what the
Did they keep
couple
the
bought.
squirrels?
Well, that's the Roadhouse.
No, the Yellow
Oh, the
House.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse
Yellow.
is for sale.
Yeah.
If you know anybody who wants to start an incredible restaurant in the middle of everything that's going on
That's
in
where we would get our
Defiance.
burger on the way home from
Yes,
the
so
winery.
what we need-
Someone
Saddles,
needs to
the
open
yellow
it.
building.
Saddles,
Yes,
the yellow
Saddles,
building.
the yellow
Gotcha.
building.
So everybody has something German. So German bands. I think Circle 6, their big Oktoberfest is this Saturday. Good News just did theirs. Billy Bush is doing Schlagfest the first weekend of November. There's German dinners throughout the week. It's just a fun Oktoberfest. Music,
we'll have to
food,
be by.
drinks.
Sounds like a great
Raise a
idea.
Stein, you know.
Are you doing the Stein
I'm
holding
not.
contest?
Good News did the Stein holding contest.
They already did it?
They already did it.
Okay. He judged the one when we had the Oktoberfest in September down on the
St. Charles
riverfront.
Oktoberfest.
I mean, that's really something to hold that up. You guys should have the whiskey bottle holding contest.
That's expensive. They fail.
Yeah.
If they fail, that's going to cost me a lot
so
more
they're
money.
gonna
Yes,
drop,
it
they
is.
drop it down on the ground
could.
sometimes. Someone just doesn't take their arm down, they just let go of the glass.
They could, yeah. Very
I guess
easily.
after a few beers you might do that, right? All right, so you're
I-
going to be there
I-
all weekend?
Never. What was that?
You're going to be there all weekend?
Yeah, everybody will be around. So it'll be,
All right,
yeah,
we'll
it'll
pick a time
it'll
to be able
good.
to get by there and check out Oktoberfest there in Defiance, and definitely stop by the. Now, is it Stone Ledge Tasting Room? What do you?
Stone Ledge Distillery.
Distillery. That is
Yeah.
what you're.
So we have the cocktail martini lounge. We've got the cigar room, which is separate with its own air handling. The outside stage and patio.
Yeah, it's
So, yeah,
wonderful.
it's
Great
a
place, right
fun-
there on the corner.
fun
Very
place.
easy to get to. Thank you so much, Mark Sutherland, coming in, talking to us about all the great things that are going on in Defiance and at their place there at Stone Ledge, as well as Stowloch. You got to check it out if you haven't had any of it.
It's
We
yummy.
love it. It's fantastic. It smells
you did
great.
open this
and
one.
yes, that one's open, not the one at home. We can't. That number is we're sharing, but the other one, Gordon,
Yep.
we're gonna have to be really desperate. All right, well, we always tell everybody cheers at this show, so you're going to have to help us with it. Even though we don't have a cocktail, we want to wish everybody a beautiful evening, and don't waste a minute of it because time is precious. And until our next show, cheers.
Cheers.